So Air Canada flight from Morocco is cancelled over flight attendant's crazed meltdown at passengers' very reasonable request. And good God, you want to see the video. So an Air Canada flight from Morocco to Montreal was reportedly cancelled over a flight attendant's response to a passenger who had asked for a blanket. Footage of the Air Canada flight AC-73 has gone viral, showing the altercation between the airline employee and the female passenger who requested the blanket, as reported by CTV News. Now, the flight attendant allegedly tried to remove the passenger from the plane and threatened to call the police before other passengers threatened to deplane in solidarity. So the airline employee is heard saying, "You will behave or we will get off, and I'll tell the captain right away, yes or no." And under fair use, let me play you some of this entitlement.
I don't want no bullying against my crew. Okay? Everyone behave. Be quiet! Or you're getting off!
Alright, I like the attitude. Look at this attitude right here.
See, that's the trouble with diversity and whatever else training. Many people, for example, from certain ethnicities are told that they're all victims. And that evil white people and all the rest of it, and it's all to do with X, Y, and Z, and we've got to change all this. But basically, they become extremely hostile individuals and react, shall we say, badly to reasonable requests. Their attitude utterly stinks. And fair play to fellow passengers who felt that the flight attendant's behaviour was appalling and backed up the fellow passenger. Now, Air Canada issued an apology with, "We apologise to our customers and deeply regret that their experience today fell far short of what they had come to expect when flying with Air Canada." But when you look at the comments, so before I even opened the article, I knew it would be about a blanket. Air Canada flights are always absolutely freezing. I had to put my whole body, including my head, under a blanket last time because I was so freezing. Yes, all the planes are cold, but for some reason, Air Canada flights are worse. Even Air Canada flights I get on, every Air Canada flight I get on, I hear people complaining about how cold it is, and the staff does nothing. Another one, I saw some strange stuff during my bus travels through the eastern US in the early 70s, but I never saw anything remotely approaching what's going on with today's airlines. Don't want no bullying, pretty much says it all. Done it. Too many power trip flight attendants these days? Yes, I'm certainly hearing that. Yeah. I'm old enough to remember when people wore their best Sunday clothes to fly, and the flight attendants were picked from hundreds or thousands of applicants. Flying used to be a big treat because it was very expensive. It was a very expensive way to travel. Nowadays, it is miserable to fly somewhere, or anywhere actually, unless of course you're living like a god. I want to believe that there has to be more to it than just asking for a blanket, but the flight attendant seems seriously unhinged. Recently I was on a Montreal, Greece-bound Air Canada flight. The flight attendant was very irritated from the moment we got on. You could feel the tension as she walked up and down the aisle. I put my bag under my seat, or the seat. My purse, she saw it and said, "Put it overhead." I said, "It's fitting clean under." And she looked up at me and yelled, "Don't argue with me," wide eyes and red in the face. I was shocked, and to be honest, I got scared because her reaction was totally over the top. I didn't say a word to her. She caught me off guard. I was appalled. If I had answered her back, I'm positive she would have thrown me off. Body cams, please. It's time. I am certainly hearing a lot of this, that people are creeping around on eggshells on flights because of many attitudes of flight attendants, yeah? And it's all this diversity training and inclusion. This, honestly, the hostility, the change in attitude of many people who are involved in this is, well, it's not conducive with professionalism or what most of us had experienced for the better over many decades. I mean, going on a flight used to be a pleasure. Yeah, you'd have delays, whatever else, X, Y, and Z, but by and large, the interactions with both with staff and fellow passengers was very positive. Your thoughts, and I'll speak to you soon.